of the morning, my fellow peasants. How you doing? How you doing, guys? What an absolute radiant day it is, and I just wanted to come on and do a very quick channel update. Because I've been away for a few days, I want to explain why. I got dragged off to Sweden. It was colder than a nun's tit by my twin sister, and it was a total surprise. I had no idea, and it was magical. In fact, let me go show you some of the clips I got from holiday. Hello, wave. Hello. Ain't this beautiful? Holy crap, this is going to make for such a pretty picture. Wow. Look into the setting, it's so beautiful, magical.
Yeah, it's Christmas, isn't it?
Look, I mean, there's no hope for me, don't believe in Christmas. But you're supposed to love it.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Here we go, electric scooting in Sweden. It's the best thing ever. Hey! Here we go. Say hello, Jade. What do you think of scooting? Very wet. Jade, still I'm coming between you. Good time it was. I even managed to find some Final Fantasy stuff over there. Got a Sephiroth bust and a square chocobo plush cushion thing. So I'm a very happy man. But since I've been away, there's been a lot of news, which I'm going to be covering today. But I just wanted to talk more about the channel before I fire into that all today, because I'm going to be going through... There's a lot of quirky, interesting news that came out while I was away. But I wanted to talk more about what's happening with the live stream, some of the games I'm playing at the moment, because it's got really crazy and hectic coming into this part of the year. I've picked up so many things on the live stream. Even things like the Kingdom Hearts Marathon, Yakuza, FF14, which I really want to make a good effort of in 2019. I really want to play that game. I have to make a proper schedule for it. And this is kind of why to do this video, because just before I left for Sweden, I had such a... I was going to say epiphany, but probably not that grandiose. I had just such a awakening of enthusiasm for this channel, and all the things that are happening in Final Fantasy right now. For some reason, I've got a real excitement for it. I've got this real drive for these kind of videos that I want to do, and it was weird. It was just a little line that I spoke about in the FF15 A New Empire video about how this franchise is art, how it is a legacy of art, how it is a legacy of people's childhoods and games and memories, and there's so many lessons and values that can be taken from these series. That's really what I want to fire more into, and that's what I'm so excited for going in 2019, is when I thought of it like that, and I thought about not necessarily needing to cover just the latest story, the latest news. That kind of stuff is very much like a seesaw with Square Enix. It's up and down, and kind of waiting for Square Enix to release information before I cover anything big on my channel. I feel like that's going to stagnate really quickly, and it's kind of definitely something I don't want to engage in too much in 2019. Of course, I will still cover news and stories, but maybe just not as religiously, and take more time to dive back into some of the legacy titles, some of the legacy characters, the values that they could teach us. Just go in and play the mini games. Just really enjoy Final Fantasy for what it is, and kind of rekindle those memories. I'm just going to release random videos, talk about random things that I want at that time. So it could be something ridiculous like, what can we all learn from Steiner? Or it might be the parallels of, I don't know, Gabranth and Barsh, and the kind of Romulus and Remus tragedy that we see unfold with those two. Parallels with mythological stories that we see running through Final Fantasy. Just the thought of talking about those kind of things genuinely gets me excited, and that's why I want to do them, even though there's no context to them. That video will come out and there'll be no context. It won't be related to anything coming out. It probably won't even get that many viewers, but I genuinely think for the few people who will click on it, they'll be clicking on it because they are genuinely invested in that game or that specific scenario or character. But diving into it, so updates with the channel. So to talk about live streams, first of all, I've got a lot of games going. I've got Yakuza 0 going, which Yakuza's suffered the brunt of it mostly because El Ginge left, but I'm going to be doing it without El Ginge, and I'm definitely going to try to do that on a morning stream. The morning streams being around 3:30. and the evening streams being 10:30. I'm really going to try to get into that routine and that structure more. And that's one of the things going into 2019, getting a more regular routine and structure. It's really started working for me now. I know that sounds ridiculous, but for me, that's really been a huge breakthrough for me. I'm a chaotic, reckless and disorganized. Like, I rebelled against routine and schedule. I hate it. I mean, it sends shivers up my spine. I just want to play. That's my character. I just want to play, and if I'm not playing, if I'm having to do things because I've been told to do them, then I don't want to do them. Unless I want to do them. And this is the beauty of this channel. I would never have accepted routine and organization and anything like a timetable or a diary into my life unless I was doing it for myself. Like, no one else could have told me to do those things, no authority figure. I had to do it for myself. And it's definitely one of the things that's been working for me and I've been doing and has really been helping. I really want to do that going forward in 2019. So that's when Yakuza will slot in, as well as the Final Fantasy 13. We're going to continue that. I'm going to be finishing the main game probably very, very soon. But the trilogy will also continue in 2019. So 13-2 and Lightning Returns. Then we've got Dark Souls, which I just picked up the other day with my mate Dave. I might have kind of rage quit at the end, but it was so hard to focus on the game at that day, and it's so hard. It's just so beautifully horrible. That's the best way I could describe these games. Beautifully horrible. We will be picking Dark Souls up again. That was a little bit of a teaser because my friend Dave was down, but I will be continuing that, and that'll probably be after Kingdom Hearts 3, which I'm so excited for. And talking of Kingdom Hearts, the marathon. So the marathon is a really big thing I wanted to chat about because I picked it up, planned to do it for the whole week. There was a little thing with Everglow, but that wasn't the main reason why I stopped doing that, despite them kind of getting pissy that I was watching their chronological order of the series, which I don't want to talk about that too much. I feel like there was more people who made that into a drama than I actually ever felt it was, or I'm sure Everglow even did. Like, it wasn't that dramatic, but it kind of got made that way. The main thing with that, I'll talk about it very briefly, is just because I have a very fundamentally different view of content sharing on this platform, and I do believe that this is a content sharing platform. I believe that we are here to share our content, our ideas, our videos. Not copy it, not copy, share. And that's why on this channel I've had people come to me and say, Pez, do you realize this person copied your video? And I've gone on to it and I've seen that they've used the entire 25 minutes of edited video that took me like 2 days to put together, but because they did a voiceover over the top, they changed it, they tweaked it, they turned it into something different. And in my opinion, if YouTube are gonna consider that as fair use, then so am I. And I just think it's better for the platform. I think it's better for all of us. It's better for everyone if no one holds on to their content too tightly. I know it's a very privileged view because I have a community. I have Patreon supporters. I have people who tip me on a live stream. I am born from generosity. The whole reason I am here is because of generosity. I'm a very different kind of YouTuber to somebody who just uploads videos and plays an algorithm game. That's a very brutal thing to get into now. YouTube is harsh when it comes to people who just do uploads and you're just trying to get views and you're just trying to play a numbers game. So I understand the fundamental difference there, but I think that if any kind of YouTuber like that who is very defensive of their work and defensive of even the slightest notion that somebody could be taking a few extra views off them, even though that's not the case in the situation with the Kingdom Hearts Marathon, that wasn't the case. I wasn't getting money because I was watching a very well edited chronological order of Kingdom Hearts. I was getting money and people watching because they wanted to see somebody watching it. It wasn't the case that people on that live stream, if they weren't on my live stream watching me, they would have been off watching it by themselves. That's not the case, and I feel like this is how this kind of attitude towards copyright and guarding your content so tightly is how we're now in the situation when we have Article 13 happening, which for anyone who doesn't know about that, I won't go into that, but Article 13 has the potential to fuck everything everything, and it's born from that exact mentality, and this is exactly what will kill YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. It will be these kind of stringent copyright laws where wiggle room just isn't there, and so many platforms will not even be able to survive after this, and I really hope I'll be one of them who'll still be in 2019. So hopefully Article 13 don't get me, but I have no idea how I'm talking about this now. So back to where I was. And then Dragon Quest 11. I'm going to be finishing Dragon Quest 11. Really enjoying that, loving that game. Tis a hearty barrel of laughs, this game. Definitely recommend it. So I'll be continuing that, probably finishing that. And then going into the next year, I 100% want to put some real dedicated time into Final Fantasy 14, which I think is really going to happen if I stick to my schedule and routine. Final Fantasy 14, playing that online, playing an MMO on a live stream, it all comes down to routine and schedule, because those games are of course endless, and that's really what I think will help, and that's what I really want to do, because I'm so compelled by the latest 14 content and how it looks. So I'm also going to try to do that for anyone who's wondering about Final Fantasy 14, and then just teasing games, so anything that I think I might be playing in 2019, if anyone wants to know. P4 Golden, yeah. Nier, the original Niers, yeah. Danganronpa, if I'm saying that right, yeah. Doki Doki Literature Club, meh. I mean, there's so many games that have been suggested. Even Red Dead Redemption. Gingy's really selling me on playing Red Dead Redemption 2. So that's all of that stuff with the live streams. But then moving on to patronage. So I really want to again thank people for the patronage and how that so many have come on for the latest Bliss Baker collaboration. I just want to let you guys know in this update that they have been sent. Delicious treats are on their way. Tasty snacks are on their way to you guys. Finally, the last thing I wanted to cover. Oh god, what was it? It was the merchandise. I wanted to ask you guys' opinion on merchandise, because 2018 was full of people requesting certain merch, saying we should do them, saying they'd like to have some. And I kind of never really got into it, even though when I first did the first wave of Final Fantasy Peasant t-shirts, they sold phenomenally well. But once again, I'm not a money-orientated person. I'm just not that way inclined. So that's kind of why I never really did it. It's also why I never really did a lot of other collabs with other YouTubers and took up a lot of other opportunities, which is something I want to change. Going in 2019, I want to do more things like merchandise and collaborations and attending events, but not just for the success and the potential monetary gain of it. That's why I avoided all of those things in 2018, because I felt like it would look tacky, or it would look, basically like I was just trying to make a schmeck or two, which is never my motivational goal in anything I do. That's why with the merchandise, if we wanted to do it, it's just gonna be for fun. It's gonna be for fun, and I think that we can have so much fun with it. Like the t-shirt designs, like some of the art designs I've seen from this channel, from the Facebook, some of the talent that we have. Some of those on t-shirt designs will look incredible. Hoodies, jackets, mugs, Pez sweet dispensers, Pez bobbleheads. Even just things like commissioned art from the Final Fantasy Peasant Facebook community. There's so many people who have spoken about doing art commissions, proper watercoloured and painted canvases that people can have. All of those kind of things I've not allowed to flourish. I've not allowed those opportunities. I've not allowed for the talent in the community to really grow and be shared in a natural, transactable way. And that's why I really want to ask, because there's been some Facebook mods and admins as well who have said that they'd like to get behind this, and to really put this. If you guys have any ideas, if you guys would like that to happen, if you'd be interested, then let me know, because I'll get onto it. And I think, we could really make some pretty unique, cool ideas. So that's one thing I want to do, as well as, like I said, collaborating with other YouTubers and other figures, and not even just other YouTubers, just other people within the community, other fans. I've got to say, the reason why I haven't done it and the reason I didn't attend events, or do more Pez meetups is I'm actually quite an introverted person. I'm actually I wouldn't say I'm shy, because I'm not, and it's not even that I have a lack of confidence, but it kind of is. It kind of isn't. It's weird. It's weird. I second guess myself. I second guess myself when I'm around others. I second guess what I'll say, how I'll be perceived, and I think that's kind of why I avoid those situations a lot of the time, simply because I'm worried about whether people will want to see me or they'll want to see Pez, and who is Pez to them. You know, Pez is a character who is so much me, but also someone else. He's me, but he's me plus channel. He's me plus Final Fantasy. He's me plus a lot of other stuff. And it's also just been somebody I've changed over the years. You know what I mean? I've changed how I record my videos. I've changed how I present myself. I changed how I do my live streams. And I never know what rendition or version the person I'm meeting thinks they're going to meet. And I've got to say, I don't know why I have that, and I think that's why I'm more confident doing 2019, is because of you guys who I have met, and we have hung out, we have spoke, and some of you guys have even come to my home for a long weekend, and we've had such amazing times. Not once did I ever get that feeling that you weren't completely open to accepting who I was. It was just in my mind, basically. I was just fabricating all of these notions of, oh, who do they think I am? How will they perceive me? Do I have to act a certain way? And when it came to it, none of that actually mattered, and none of it actually existed. And I think that, plus realizing that the freedom of creativity that I can have with this channel without having to worry about things, it all does feel like just this massive unburdening of restrictions and barriers that I actually honestly didn't even realize until I started meditating over the last 6 months. Didn't even realize they were there, and it just took a long time to observe them and remove them, and that's what really hit me just before I went to Sweden. And then go in there, it was such a beautiful place to be while all these thoughts were going through my head, and it really did just become clear to me. And that's what I want to do this rambly arse update video for, and I'm rambling like a motherfucker, just to let you guys know what I plan to go in 2019, the schedule that I have, the games that we've picked up and dropped. If I've missed anything, which I most definitely have, I know I'm going to sign out and go, God damn it, I don't know. Oh, if there is, let me know in the comment section below. Indeed, if there's anything you guys are curious about, anything you want to know going into 2019, if there's anything you would like to see from this channel in 2019, if there's any series or episode or little thing that I picked up over 2018 that I then put down and you'd like to see return, I'd really like to just take this video and this channel update time to get that kind of feedback and to really connect and speak to you guys. So I'm going to be watching that comment section down below like a hawk. I could be looking for all of your feedback. So thank you very much, guys. And if I don't get a chance to say it before, because I'm going to be doing a lot of videos today, there's some really interesting, like I said, interesting, quirky news coming out today. If I don't say it in any of those videos, and I don't say it before the 25th comes, have a great Christmas, guys. I hope you have a refreshing, gluttonous break. And yeah, I just have a real enthusiasm for 2019. I have even just a real optimism for Final Fantasy in 2019. That might sound ridiculous. What with all the ridiculous news we've had, the Square Enix shenanigans. But I don't know, it might be a fool's hope, but I just really think that 2019 is going to be a great year. I think we're going to have 7 remake news coming out. That's going to be so hype. What with Kingdom Hearts 3, even just with where I think Square Enix are at the moment, I think we're going to hear big things in 2019. I just get the feeling. I get the feeling with where they are. You know, their share price is good. You know, they've done games as a service, which I've hated and I've kind of ranted on it. It is, at the end of the day, a more sustainable business model for Square Enix, and it really has bumped their share price up. Now, so despite me not liking games as a service, I really hope that all of this residual continuous income actually benefits us and we get some decent games from it. I hope it's not just benefiting the shareholders, because, you know, back in the early 2000s when Square Enix were doing all of this boom and bust games, all in, high risk, high reward, kind of everything pinned on one title. If that flopped, the company stood the chance of flopping. I don't think we have that anymore. We have all these mobile games and all of these ongoing projects with microtransactions. But it's a sustainable income. And I don't think Square Enix have crossed the line too much. I really hope that sustainable income and where the Final Fantasy series is at the moment, and just the way that Square Enix are going to be looking for the next big thing. They're going to be looking for, especially now that the 15 DLC is cancelled, what's going to be filling that void? What's going to be happening going to the PlayStation 5? And I think that regardless of what that answer is, Final Fantasy is going to take a place in it. Final Fantasy is going to play a role, and I'm so excited and I feel so blessed and just enthusiastic going forward to know that I can also play a role in that. And you guys can come along for the ride with me, and that I can just kind of take the gloves off and take this channel into a new direction that I want, that I enjoy doing. You know, you guys are going to enjoy it more if I'm enjoying it more. You get what I mean? But yeah, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys on the next video, which is going to be quite a few of them. Okay, bye!